Hello everyone, I'm TheZoeman, and this time on Reviewing Stuff, I'll be reviewing the classic survival horror PlayStation game, Resident Evil, and I will also be reviewing the classic album by Pink Floyd, released in 1970, called Dark Side of the Moon. Alright, so starting with Resident Evil, this is a survival horror game, and one of the first of the genre back in the day, and it's an interesting game with a lot of cool stuff. And I give this game an 8 out of 10. What I liked was that the controls were interesting, and they were different than some of the other games that I've played on the PlayStation, where the controls are, you use the up on the D-pad to move forward, down to move backward, and left and right to turn your character left and right, as opposed to just up, down, left, right, moving in those directions. And I also liked how the controls with the guns and the weapons as well. It was really cool. I also liked how the story was actually pretty interesting as well. It wasn't bad at all. It was actually a pretty good story. And I liked how there were a lot of moments where you actually got scared for a little bit, and you have like little jumps, as opposed to like the stereotypical random cheap scares that we know today. Well, I guess this game was before any of that, but more to the point, I liked the fact that there were those scares. I also liked the beginning cutscene of the video game being live action, and it's actually a kind of cheesy cutscene, but I still like it anyways. It's a good intro. What I didn't like was the PlayStation voice acting, and everybody that knows about the stereotypical PlayStation voice acting know that the voice acting sucks. But it doesn't take away from the game at all. And the other thing I didn't like about it, Wesker, I think? I don't know, but yeah, that's... All in all, Resident Evil is a good survival horror game that definitely deserves to be played every now and then. If you have a PlayStation Network account, they have the Director's Cut available for $9.99? Yeah, $9.99. And if you have a PlayStation, well, go hunt that shit down on the internet and all that. So yeah, check it out. Alright. Dark Side of the Moon, the classic album by Pink Floyd, one of the most influential albums of the age, and even of today. A lot of people reference that album for many different reasons, and there's a lot of technological advancements in that album as well. I give this album a 9 out of 10. What I liked is that there's a good variety of songs and a good variety of different sounds in the songs as well. I also liked that there was a good general sound of the album. It wasn't very boring, it was actually pretty interesting. I also liked how there's very good musicianship from everybody in the band, and also how the album art is pretty cool, and it has become one of the most distinguishable album arts in all of rock and roll history, and all that kind of stuff. What I didn't like about it, I can't think of anything that I didn't like about this album. I mean, everybody has their own opinions, but for me, I can't see what I would dislike about this album. So overall, this is a masterfully crafted album, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. So listen to it. Even if you're not a big fan of Pink Floyd, at least check it out at least once in your life. So that's it for this episode of Reviewing Stuff. If you have suggestions for me, feel free to make them in the comments of this video, on the YouTube page, or on the Facebook page even, which is now up and running. And I've gotten a suggestion so far from the YouTube page. Actually, no, from the previous episode. And I will be implementing that suggestion in 2 more episodes, because I got to get my hands on the game itself. So next time on Reviewing Stuff, if there's no other suggestions that I can quickly get to, I will be reviewing the Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Xbox 360, also known affectionately as Sonic 06, and I will be reviewing the album by Foster the People called Torches. See you all next time.